So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. Now, apologies, as this is going to be a little bit of a rant. Now, everybody knows, or if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I've got a bit of a problem with some of the things that Chris McDonough does. Now, not everything. Now, look, he's obviously had a career in law enforcement. There's been some good things that he has done. I'm not taking that away from him. Please don't think that I am. I'm not stupid. But there are things that he does on this platform as a retired law enforcement officer that I have a massive, massive problem with. Especially this latest sort of charade, and that is that he is constantly putting Mary and now bringing Mary and Jeannie onto the platform to speak about their story. Now look, as tragic as their story is, and look, I am all too familiar with the tragedies of people, both young and old, who have been involved in SA. I know people who's got deaths in the family, and I have had close proximity to people who have been involved in it, and it hasn't ended well. So I am familiar with it, and that's why it all too resonates with me that this is not right. You know, this situation with Mary and Jeannie, now these guys had nothing to do with Summer. They had absolutely nothing to do. And I also put it to you that their lives were not in turmoil before this all happened. This is a situation that these people had nothing to do with Don, nothing to do with Summer, no influence whatsoever, made no effort whatsoever to even check whether there was children involved that they felt could be at risk, even if you want to go down that route. But they've come into the fray subsequently, and Chris McDonough has leveraged this situation to form a biased opinion on Don Wells. Now look, I have recently come to the realisation that it is just as likely that Don was a front seat driver as he was a back seat driver in the Summer Wells disappearance. But look, what you have to consider here is that something that Don did 40 years ago has had no influence on Summer going missing on the 15th of June 2021. And what I mean by that, I mean that in respect of the case of Jeannie and Mary, there's no correlation there. You know, these women, they deserve to have their story looked at in the court of law. They deserve to go through due process and for the law to deal with it as they see fit. Now, this is not going to, bringing them onto this platform is not going to have any positive impact on this. It isn't going to, because as it stands, and everybody likes to say this, that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So irrelevant of anything. That's just the way it is, and you guys, like I say, you guys preach that a lot. And look, that is the way the law works. So Don needs to go through due process and then face the punishments if it is indeed required and able by law to do so. But doing it on this platform and connecting it to Summer Wells' case is not right. And when you've got a guy who is a YouTuber, because that is what he is a YouTuber, and he is leveraging, look, even the hashtags and everything are Summer Wells hashtags. The title is Don Wells, and that has been done to leverage views. That's what it is. That's what I do to get views. But look, I'm not bringing victims onto a platform and parading them on the platform like circus shows for the purpose of trying to prove my point. This is getting all too personal. This is a vendetta between Chris McDonough and Don Wells. And Chris McDonough is utilising the tragedies of the past and other people to prove his point. And look, you can't have it both ways, Chris. Now, Don is either a dangerous individual who could potentially have connections to the criminal underworld, or you've got him completely wrong. And if Don is someone who has been involved in the world of trafficking, and he has gone into those dark worlds where children are bought and sold, and this is the route that we want to go down. What is going to happen here when you walk away and leave all these people that you have utilised on the internet, that you have shown and done videos and paraded them actually taping phone conversations between their family members for the purpose of obtaining evidence and then putting it onto a social media platform? Do you have any idea that there could be risks involved in that? And what are you doing to protect them against them risks? Makes me so angry, and I know I'm going to cop another load of flack for doing this, but I have to voice this opinion because I just don't see how it's right. Let me know down below how connecting this case to Summer Wells' case and then parading it and hashtagging it and titling it in a way that it brings in the views to talk about these women's cases that happened 40 years ago, and throughout that period they had nothing to do with the victim, Summer Wells. Summer Wells is a victim in this case. She is the only victim in her case. And this is turning all too much into a load of people who are cash grabbing and making channels off the back end of her story. And these are people, before anybody turns around and say, but that's what you're doing, that's what this person's doing, that's what that person's doing. Yes, but we have no and had no impact on her life before all this happened. There was no way that none of us could have seen this coming or stopped it from coming. If there were people in her life who had knowledge that there could potentially be an impact that could cause harm to a child and they did nothing about it, then they have no right to start making money off it now. And that is a fact. I'll catch you all in the next one.